Are you building a business that people want to buy? If not, stop, quit, go to work for somebody else. That's the reality of it. Hey, my name is Wayne Bose, Profits Unlimited, been a business coach since 1990. And what I want to talk about for a few minutes is how to build a business to sell. And that is where we go wrong a lot of times in our industry. We're just creating jobs for ourselves rather than creating a business that somebody wants to buy. Regardless if you want to be a one-truck operation or a True Green of the world or anything in between, let's focus in on the key components to success to building a business that somebody wants to buy. And that should be your ultimate goal. It's not for what we think it is sometimes. I know when I first got into the business, it was a side hustle, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I really wasn't concerned with, hey, what am I really making? And will anybody ever want this at some point in time when I decide I want to sell it? That should be your focus. You may not think, well, I'm not worried about it, or hey, this is just weekend money, or this is my free time money. That's fine, but let's focus in on why that can't be fine, and why what your main goal should be is to who's going to want this when I'm not going to do it or don't want to do it any longer or get in a situation where I can't do it. And that's first process we got to think about is, what does it cost me to go out and do the job? Because the reason that's so important is to get you to a profitability standpoint. Somebody's going to want to see, hey, what's your profit margin on your business? It's great that you may have done $100,000 last year or $2.4 million last year or $10 million last year or whatever the volume is, doesn't matter. What matters is, what does somebody want to buy? What somebody wants to buy is a successful, profitable business. They're not concerned with buying a business that's full of cash flow. They want to see what that return on investment is going to be when you decide to sell your business. What are they really buying from you? And that is the perceived profit margins that are available in that business. And that's why understanding your costs are so important. And once you understand your cost, then what you can do is go out and find and sell the right clients. You got to define a lane. You got to pick a lane. You got to focus in on who your target market's going to be, whether it's residential, commercial, industrial, HOAs. It doesn't matter what you decide it's going to be. That's going to be different for each and every one of you. But once you decide who your main focus is going to be, then what do you have to do? You have to go out and find the customers that can pay the price for your service based on your overhead, your expenses, and your use rates. That's how you're going to bid those jobs profitably. So you're not only creating cash flow, but you're also creating profit dollars, and it's going to show up on a P&L and a balance sheet on why you look like something somebody wants to buy. So we got to understand cost, we got to get the right customers, and we got to control our cash flow. And the way we control our cash flow is setting your clients up on a service agreement. And can you be successful without it? Yes. But what's more valuable? Think of yourself if you want to buy something. Do you want to buy somebody that says, hey, I did $50,000 last year or $500,000 last year, but hey, I don't know what's going to happen this year because I don't have any signed contracts? That's why it's important to implement service agreements within your business, because when you look at it statistically, companies that have signed service contracts are worth more than a whole bunch of handshakes. Handshakes are great. That's how most of us get started in the business. But the reality of it is, when we're trying to position our company to sell to somebody, it's all about, hey, how many accounts do you have? What's the cash flow that's generated? What's the profit dollars that are generated? And what's going to be my guarantee that these customers are going to come along for the ride when you sell me or I buy your business? Now, you're going to have some transition in customer base. So I know you guys are saying, well, you're going to lose some. Absolutely, you're going to lose some. when you sell your company. And somebody new buys it, they're going to have some transition of customer base. But what they want and why they become more valuable is you've got an existing customer base for somebody to buy that is in a certain term of that contract that gives you the opportunity to have some cash flow, you being the new buyer. So you've got the opportunity then to create the loyalty between the customers and the new owner. That's why companies are generally more valuable with contracts, or that's one main reason that they're more valuable with contracts, because we've got some guaranteed cash flow that's going to get us started. So build your business to sell it from the get-go. Whether you think you're never going to sell it, trust me, I never once thought I was going to sell my business. But the reality of it is, at some point in time, a business is going to be sold. The one of two things are going to happen. It's either going to be sold or go out of business. So if it's going to go out of business, you say, hey, I'm just going to stop. What do you want for that time and effort? Whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years, what do you want for that time and effort that you put into building that business? And if you want a return on that, and not just the good life that it provided for you, we've got to position the company to be successful. And the way we do that, quite simply, for the sake of time on this video, is understand our cost, go after the right clientele, set them up on a service agreement to control the cash flow so we're not having so many ups and downs like this during the year with cash flow. What can we do to balance that cash flow out a little bit more? And that is your service agreements, regardless of the market you're in. So hope this helps. Got any questions, comment below. Be sure to subscribe below if you like the content you're getting. And remember, profit's not a dirty word. We'll see you next time.